line is in shambles. What do they have, like 8 straight plays with a negative rushing yards or negative total yards?
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
One drive was sack, 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 punt. That's not going to cut it. And then they got
No,
the
and the
ball
safety
back after
too.
the turnover, and it was like Chase Brown, -5 yards, Chase Brown, -5 yards, Chase Brown, -5 yards, or it was just insane, insanely bad.
You just can't do anything on offense if your offensive line doesn't have a surge and the defensive line is shoving every back 2 yards. Yeah, last night I'm watching Allen and Lamar, and it made me ask this question like, what could those two quarterbacks do on the Bengals?
They bring the scrambling aspect to it. You can't just like tee off on Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen like you can Joe Burrow. Burrow's got a little bit of speed, but like nothing compared to those two guys. Some of these teams will like they won't pressure the quarterback. They'll keep him in like a pocket, so like, in the pocket essentially. Like they won't force, like the edges won't come off the edges hot because they know if they come in that Lamar or Allen's just taking off. It's like you don't watch the game last night, but like Lamar escaped that one of those sacks. It was like 15, 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Right.
And he ended up gaining like 25 yards for a first down on for
And
the
Burrow,
and Burrow just takes a sack
Bur
there at the time,
yeah,
right?
Burrow's not escaping that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they get muted a bit by having the Bengals line a bit, but they probably escape some jams. They probably do some more freakish things like there's the one play where Allen's being chased and then he's got like two guys pinning him and he does like a shuffle pass 8 yards down the field to a wide open guy for a first down. But it's just like freakish plays that like yeah, Burrow's not doing weird shit like that. But again, I don't know. You just like it all starts with the O-line in my view.
O-line it was horrible. It's been horrible, and I don't see it getting any better anytime soon. But they do
O-line,
always struggle with
D-line, Howie.
Cleveland. That is kind of a feather cap at least. It's like for some reason they can't play Cleveland at Cleveland very well. So maybe they'll bounce back this week versus Jacksonville.
What were you gonna say, Dust?
Said O-line, D-line, Howie.
Yeah.
Howie, the Eagles GM. That's all he does. Pays the O-line, D-line. Guess what? They won
Why they
Super
win
Bowls.
Super Bowls.
Yeah. Yeah.
As long as you don't spit on people, it's important.
That whole exchange was funny too, just because like Dak spit in his direction and that came out later. And people were like, oh, see who did it first and who was actually guilty. And it's like, listen, spitting on the ground in front of someone or spitting into someone's chest are leagues away from the same action. So I like the excuse making, but let's be realistic.
Did you see the Florida guy, the Florida USF game? The
Yeah.
Florida guy did
Same
the
thing,
same
right?
thing. Yeah. Got
The
tossed with
Heat.
like 30 seconds left in the game or something. Gave him a
Yeah.
first down, got him in field range.
But yeah, now the other stat I wanted to, so Bengals had 7 net yards in the second half, fewest yards in the second half by a winning team in 25 years. Cleveland outgained them 327 to 141 and doubled up on first downs, 22 to 11 and lost.
Special teams, special players right there. Got to make the team.
Also, I don't think that guy's last name is Schmidt. Is it SZYM fucking
I don't know,
T?
but he won't be on the team much longer, I don't think.
Best
You
kicker in
got
college,
Dustin
they said.
Hopkins.
Yeah,
Where'd he go?
a little different. Ravens kicker? Actually, he missed an extra point too that might have cost him the game.
That's right. That's, yeah, you cut Tucker, you pay a price.
Fucking Koo missed a 44-yarder to tie it for the Falcons. That
Yep.
guy's like automatic.
Needed that. Bump with the DFS because that guy can't make a field goal.
Yeah.
What about the teams not going for it on fourth down? Fourth and short, like the Ravens there at the end of the game. Why the fuck are they punting the ball? It's like fourth and two on like the 40. They had 3 timeouts. If they didn't get it, they could still stop, get the ball back.
Yep.
But they just punted it to Josh Allen, who was on fire, clearly, and they just jammed it down their throat and then sat on it and made the last second field goal.
I was saying Patriots fucking punted down 10 with like 4 minutes left. It's
Yeah.
like I don't even know what it was, but you're just not getting the ball back twice and stopping them twice.
Being defeated at that point, I might as well go for it.
So
Like, you're gonna lose no
and,
matter
and
what.
and then the Titans punted on like the fucking 50, down 8 with like 7 minutes left.
Did you see where they
It's
got
like
that
four.
ball to start that possession?
Yeah.
Like on
It's
the
like
20.
yeah.
What the fuck? Can't be taking 30 yards of sacks, 3 plays there, Cam Ward. What are we doing?
No.
Not good.
There was one other thing I wanted to bring up about the end of that Buffalo game, and this the timeout situation. So Ravens had 2 timeouts. Buffalo's setting up the extra or the field goal to win.
Yeah. I thought they had 3 timeouts. Did they not have 3 timeouts?
Great question.
I'm trying to look it up.
Yeah. Ravens timeout situation at the end of the game. So they may have had three. The
They had
question
three
kind of
with
comes.
46 seconds left. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, they probably used one, and then there's this sort of meta theory of how they used the last two, knowing what Buffalo's going to do. Okay, so here's what happened. Buffalo takes a knee, couple seconds run off. There's like 30 something seconds left.
Yep.
Ravens call their second timeout. Okay, so now there's like 36 seconds, right? So they have one left. Buffalo's going to take one more knee. Ravens will waste their next timeout. They'll use their next timeout to force the snap and everything. And then there's this question of how much time are you leaving Buffalo on a running clock to go set up the field goal, right? And so this
Hmm.
is where I was thinking, like, oh, this is interesting. Ravens are going to call a timeout here. Buffalo knows that. Buffalo knows they'll have 30 seconds to run the team out, right? Now, if the Ravens don't call the timeout with 32 seconds, 29 seconds, whatever it was, Buffalo doesn't have 30 seconds to do this scramble. And so if the Ravens like just hold, right? So they take the snap, Ravens still have this timeout. The Ravens basically, yeah, Buffalo's in this spot where are they expecting the timeout? If not, then they just run out the field goal team anyway, and then maybe this is moot, right? The point doesn't
Yep.
matter. But
Probably.
if Buffalo's expecting Ravens to call a timeout, it probably runs a few seconds off the clock anyway. If Buffalo is confused by this, they don't have any timeouts, so they can't do anything about it. And if Ravens can get that clock to run down into the teens, then you end up in a spot where either Buffalo just has to send the unit out to kick with 15 seconds on the clock, or or they end up in a spot where they take a knee and then they're like in this hurried thing. So it's like a very subtle detail, but it was kind of like one of those things where it's like Buffalo having 30 seconds to take a knee and run out the team. Kicker has all the time in the world to get prepared and kick when he wants, but there was a way that I thought that they could have maybe squeezed that clock down a little bit with that timeout instead of just doing in this sort of let's just snap call it after each snap.
They probably would have just spiked it, right? A second and goal, 35 seconds left, it looks like. So the clock at that point, the clock's not running. So
Right.
if they just run it, say that they looks like they need it for -1 yards, they could
Right.
just, if Baltimore doesn't call the timeout, they just spike it with like 3 seconds left.
So Ravens don't let them run it down that low. Ravens use the timeout at some point. But yeah, at that point, the whole thing is
Yeah, if you get like 20 seconds, then you call timeout, it gets pretty interesting. They
if you can
probably
get to
just
15, 12, at the same time, you're preserving getting the ball in your hands one time. So
get
it's
the
like
ball
there's
back with a
there's
couple seconds. Yeah.
you're receiving a kick, you're doing something, or you're at least creating a little bit more of a scramble situation from Buffalo on the kick. But it just seemed like calling the timeout immediately after the that second knee was like the least useful thing to try in
Yep.
the given context because it was just it was Buffalo's like yeah perfect situation 30 seconds to run a field goal team out's easy.
Yeah, I would agree. Then running 3 plays for 7 yards and wasting 32 seconds the previous possession is probably
Right.
less than ideal as well.
Well, that is
They're
one
on
of
the
those things I've
38 yard line. They punted 4th and 3. I feel like that's fucking terrible. But
yeah
because if
yeah
you don't get it, they're on the 38 yard line. That's still what, a 50, 53, 54 yard field goal if you hold them to no yards.
yeah
They can kick
that's
that.
right.
You have 3 timeouts. If you stop them there, then you get the ball back with like, say, I don't know, minute 10, no timeouts, down by one.
You're preserving clock by being more aggressive in that spot. I mean, we were talking about this in the Bengals in the first half yesterday too. They like punted from the 45 or something like that on a short fourth down. Or no, it wasn't even short. I think it was like 4th and 7. They had the ball, maybe it's like the 42. So it'd been a 59-yard field goal, or it was 4th and 7 in Browns territory. And they just punted it away. It lands in the end zone for a touchback. And it's just like, yeah, why do you care if the Browns go down the field from the 25 or the 45? Like, what's the difference? Now, the defense did play decent. They made some plays. But at the same time, like, again, it's just like, what's your meta philosophy on your team? Is the meta philosophy that you're going to be in this like 16-point game and that's you're leaning into the defense within that context? Or are you preserving clock to get another possession at the end of the half? Are you giving your offense a chance to get a first down? Are you letting your kicker kick a field goal from 59, which was basically like automatic for a lot of these guys at this point?
Yeah, 59
Uh,
is not that crazy anymore. It's the 60s, the new 50, I would imagine, with these
yeah.
balls.
But I guess what's the kicker for the Bengals? McPherson?
McPherson, yeah, he's pretty
But
solid.
his 50 yarders plus last year were pretty bad.
Yeah,
But again, it's like you need the 50 yarders to be in play. Punting when you have especially when you like look back on that game and 140 yards total, it's like you need to be making the most of a 40-yard drive.
no doubt. I think the Lions
Um,
were shockingly bad yesterday without Ben Johnson. Is one of my hot takes of the year that the Bears might actually be decent before the game tonight
oh, interesting.
because
Yeah,
with Caleb Johnson, you got DJ Moore. I don't know who that you got. Ruben Dunze. You got I don't know who their fucking running back is, but the Lions.
DeAndre Swift, dude.
Yeah, he's all right. He's still pretty young. He'd be all right. I just the Lions look not the same at all. So if Ben
yeah,
Johnson has the Bears look anything like the Lions, I'm pretty intrigued to see how they turn out.
yeah. That is an interesting example to see just how much like scheme and what leaders are where. Again, I'll complain about Zach Taylor all day, uh, and like how much he actually plays a role. But like that's an example where you maybe get to see something like that actually play out. And again, it's like one of those questions where Lions offensive line did not look great. Maybe that's just Packers D being elite, which could be the case. Or maybe it is like they lost the reason that their offense was high powered. It's like
I
there's a
mean,
few
yeah.
different options there.
Last year,
It's
not be like,
also
oh my
Jameer
God, I'm
Gibbs
worried
switching to
about.
number 0.
Yeah, it's over for him.
Like last year, you never watched the Lions game. Like, wow, I'm concerned that their O line's going to struggle in this game. They're just going to put up 35, so who gives a shit? But like
Yeah.
yesterday, it's like, wow, they're like legit problems. Kind of like the Bengals, I guess.
I did. There were clips that looked exactly like the Bengals, where it'd be like the center and the guard both go right, guy comes straight up the middle. And it's like,
Goff was getting fucking blasted.
yeah, what? I don't know who's fucking up the assignment, but you just can't have people missing assignments at the end of the day. If you miss an assignment, it's a 7 yard loss, the entire drive's over. And then that's on top of the fact that like some guys are just actually elite. I don't know if you guys saw that clip, but they were talking about like there was this late game Lions, Goff scrambles, Parsons gets the sack on him. But it was like there was like a little bunch on the left, and then all of a sudden Parsons emerges from the bunch at just like
Yep.
100 miles an hour. And it's like, yeah, that was Miles Garrett. Same thing, just constantly just 100 miles an hour, like straight through, nobody getting a touch on him.
Yeah, he's in the elite category, probably. Him and Garrett are pretty different
Yeah,
animals.
they are. And that's one of those things too, where you just, okay, I accept that this guy is a problem, but it's you got to do something to mitigate him. You got to make somebody
Tip
else
him,
beat
double
you.
team him, do something. You can't
Yeah.
just fucking be causing havoc every goddamn play.
Yeah, it was not a good look. It was a win, but it was really
Hey,
pretty far from inducing any confidence in the rest of the season.
that's all right. No one gives a shit. Just give me the dubs.
Like, and I had said this on the prior episode, but like part of why I think they've struggled early is like lack of reps in preseason and stuff like that. And it's just like they just look terrible. It doesn't matter that they played a bunch. They really look terrible. And it does seem like the case that when they play the Browns, they did that. What's his name? Stefanski? Is that the coach? It just seems like he is a better theorist than Taylor. It's like 7 yards in the second half. Like, are your guys tired? Or are you getting wrecked from a strategy perspective? And you can't make updates in real time because you just don't know how to do that.
I guess they can't make updates on the fly. As you saw, the game that was scripted the first drive, they went right down the field, right down their throats. At the end, after
Standard.
that, it was fucking nothing, dude.
Yeah.
I
Which,
mean, Zach Taylor can get a fucking play call in after a kickoff.
yeah. Yeah.
That's unbelievable. That is fucking unbelievable.
It's
Unacceptable.
it's every game that happens. They are never late in the fourth with all three timeouts. They've always burnt one or
How do we
two.
not even know what you should know what you're calling? Have a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
Odds are the ball's around the fucking 30-yard line. You're gonna call the same fucking play regardless.
Yeah. Well, that's yeah, there was I think it was a Jerry Judy slant. I think the Browns had like 3rd and 7 or something like that.
It's 4th and 7,
And
just drop it.
what's that?
It's like 4th and 7, you just drop the slant.
No, this was a completed slant, but it was like the defense called on this play had like Judy was open by 5 yards. He was getting like this huge buffer, and it's just like again one of those spots where give me a 3rd and 7 and show me a buffer on my slot guy, and I'm crushing you on a slant 100% of the time.
This is way
Um,
too frequently, honestly. Like,
it
yeah,
just yeah,
3rd and short, and they're playing like 7 to 10 yards off the line. Like, the
right.
fucking, what are we doing? The out, the
Yeah.
slant, the hitch, they're all there.
There's like some, yeah, I don't know if they're trying to like, we'll make the tackle after 5 yards instead of, and it's just like, why don't you just shut down the route that he's going to run and make him double move you or something like that to get open?
You off the line just besides a free release, just anything
Right.
besides that. And that happens like at all levels. It's crazy to watch.
Yeah, it's not good. The Bengals' tendency also to just like run a draw on first down and then run another draw on 2nd and 12 and then get stuffed again is just like unbelievable.
Probably why the line looks as bad as they do. Third and long, they're just getting teed off on. So it's like pretty obvious
Right.
what the hell's coming.
And that's the thing is that you need to set yourself up so that your optionality is high, so that you're not predictable. But again, Taylor's so predictable. He's just like he loves draws early in drives. And even, yeah, even the drives that the Bengals did get down the field on, they had some 3rd and longs. And it's just like you just can't be in 3rd and long all game and hope it works out again with Garrett coming at you. You're really rolling the dice there as opposed to just gain 6 yards. Gain 6 yards on first down without it needing to be a draw. Stop running draws on 2nd and 10. You do it too frequently to be like a surprise play that's supposed to work. But
It's
yeah, he's
also
just been doing it for
interesting
6 years.
that Burrow only goes out the shotgun. He almost never takes snaps under center. There's some stat out there about him being under center that like when he's under center, it's like I don't know, it's like X%. It's just like always a run. I gotta find that fucking stat.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that last year. It's like,
But
yeah,
yeah, it's like
some
dude,
like 90%.
yeah, something outrageously high that's like it's like an easy tell. Like it's
Yeah,
like a batter knowing the fucking fastball is coming. They're just gonna fucking
right.
tee up on it.
Which is, yeah, to Dustin's point about like you got to know what plays you're calling. Burrow yelling like "Give me the fucking play" from the huddle should just never be happening,
Ultimately, at
especially
that
after
point,
like
like shouldn't you just take the 5 yard penalty, save the timeout? At some point in time, they're a little more valuable than the 5 yards.
yeah, I do think there is something with that. It's just like burning the timeout in spots. Like I've seen them do that on like 3rd and 15, like burning a timeout. And it's
Yeah,
just
just
like,
fucking
you're
let it
not,
go.
it's over. The drive's over. Okay. You don't, if you're gaining 15, you're gaining 20. It's not a big deal. And the timeout in the fourth, you need that possession turnover opportunity. You need to
Exactly.
be able
It's
to get
way
the ball
more
back.
important. 100%.
So yeah, there's some room there. But yeah, to the point about like knowing what you're going to call, we talked a little bit about Greg Maddox late in his
Yeah.
career catching
Yep.
balls that were his next pitch. And part of the genius is that he knows exactly where he's going and how he's getting there. And it's like that pace and repetition is so much faster. And like as a coach, you have to be able to match that. You have to know what your plan is. All right, we're going to do this play here. If it doesn't work, this is where we're going next. If it does work, this is where we're going next. Like you need to be setting things up. And a good pitcher does that, right? They throw like a fastball, cutter inside, and then they set you up for like a slider outside, right? So it's
Yep.
like this, there's a meta to what a batter's expecting based on the sequence of pitches that come in. And again, it's like chess player kind of move. And like Taylor's just, he's not a chess player. And he, again, just demonstrates that with like, yeah, they look great on first drives when they're running their 10 play script from the week
Yep.
worth of planning, but you don't have a week worth of planning for every drive that you get in a game, especially after the defense just does something slightly different. And then all of a sudden your offense is completely worthless, which is basically like, again, why they have 10 points max at halftime every game, right? So they have a good first drive, they get shut out. And then the question is like, is halftime long enough for them to make an adjustment that gets things to work? And if it's not, if the adjustment isn't made at halftime, it's not like they're going to make it after the first drive or the third drive in the second half.
I wonder if it would help with the Bengals if they got like a an actual head coach and actual offensive coordinator instead of a co-head coach offensive coordinator. Jack
I
Taylor
mean,
calls plays,
If
correct?
he's not fucking able to pay attention to call a fucking play, then yeah, probably need to.
Look
Has
at like
happened. He
the
done had
Buckeyes did the same thing. Ryan Day was calling plays for fucking years, and that whenever some big happened, it's like they all panic and they lost like full focus on what the fuck was happening. They bring
right.
in offensive coordinator last year and they fucking chipped the title. It's like maybe look into
Well,
that.
see how Ben Johnson does tonight. I'm first time head coach, and then he's got to call plays on top of that.
Yeah, it's
So
true.
he could really fucking struggle getting them. Some guys can do it, like McVay calls plays and stuff. Some of these guys can do it, but he's a lot fucking smarter than Zach Taylor.
Yeah, yeah,
X.
that's right.
I think Zach Taylor's a good play caller, that personally, but head coach,
Uh,
not so much. That's just my
Maybe.
hot.
what makes you think he's a good play caller? I just like, I hate their cadence of plays so often.
Yeah, I think he gets sometimes he get out of rhythm, but he's put up some pretty good offenses for the Bengals.
Burrow's put up some pretty good numbers for the Bengals. It's like one of those things where like I think the Bengals have won any games in the last 6 years, despite Taylor, as opposed to because of Taylor. Like, I think it has nothing to do with him.
They said they did all right with that backup quarterback, what, 2 years ago? What's that guy's name?
Browning.
Browning. Yeah, Browning did all right.
Uh,
He fucking
That just might
sucked.
be he might be an NFL QB. You never
He
know.
could be. He can't be worse than like Spencer Rattler. My Lord, that guy is awful.
What are those uniforms they were fucking wearing?
Those looked like they came off the Walmart shelf. That was embarrassing.
Yeah.
yeah.
If you want to mix those in, you don't do it on fucking opening day.
Can we quit throwing Olave the fucking hospital balls on the fucking quick out? Did you see that play?
Yeah.
No.
Swing pass, two guys to block two guys, and they both just stand there, let the guys run by, and Olave just gets blasted.
Yeah.
Next second, Olave to the medical tent. It's like,
Yeah.
what are we doing? It's like they're trying to get him hurt. It was unbelievable. Heartline actually commented on the fucking play on Twitter. It's like, what is going on here?
Hospital balls.
That's what it is, dude. You just getting fucking lit up. The guy's got like 6 concussions. He's been in the league for like
Yeah.
5 years. Maybe
Yeah.
don't kill him, please.
Yeah. Be nice.
Yeah. How about Derrick Henry last night? Pretty
Awesome. That guy's a
insane. Yeah.
beast.
Minus
Gotta
the
high and
fumble
tight
late.
though. You got to be high and tight when the game's on the line, Derek. Come on.
Yeah, that's brutal. I did.
I need the stiff arm there. You're trying to waste the clock. Just fucking run them over. Fucking stiff arm in the middle of 6 guys.
It's interesting that Derrick Henry, because for Lamar, I was talking to my brother about this. Lamar, when he scrambles, the D line just gets gassed, right? They're chasing his ass around. The next play, they're gassed. What do they do? Run the ball off tackle, and he just breaks it for like a 60-yard touchdown run.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
that's like pretty obvious that something like that's going to happen because the D line can't fucking move.
yeah, yeah. That's smart.
It's kind of interesting. He's also like a beast. He's like a 4.4 speed. He's fucking
Just
240 pounds of just straight
trucking.
muscle. It's
Yeah,
like
just
like
trucking
a guy
people.
you make on a video game, legit.
He really is. Yeah, really is. I did
I
see a
think the
tweet, and
Bengals beat either the Buffalo Bills or the Ravens.
not yesterday's
Yesterday,
game.
no.
Yeah, it's also like I didn't even know that the Bills had gotten Bosa, and it's like, oh my God, that's fucking brutal. Because that's just another guy who will terrorize that line. There was one play where Garrett, I think, chased down Burrow from behind or something. And you can just tell that the offensive lineman thinks that Burrow's gone. He basically like tracks him for a minute and then gives him a shove. And he's like pushing him to chase Burrow. And it's like, I don't think you understand. You've got this guy is a cheetah and he is in full sprint. He's got his legs and he's faster than the fucking running back. Like he is going to, you have to be chasing them all the way through because you have to kick them off of their line. You don't get to basically like come off of your block after 3 steps. There was this highlight I saw of Dion talking about the difference between when he recruits or looks for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. And he was like, I want a 3.7 GPA for my offensive lineman. I want this guy to be like civilized. And then he's like, and when I'm looking at my defensive lineman, he said something like, I want a guy that like is trying to escape going back to the hood. He's just like an animal in there. And it's like the distinction is important here because like that's what I'm talking about when you're talking about like an offensive tackle, like understanding the context of where's the quarterback likely given what's happened to the pocket, who are you blocking against, when can you actually like give up. There were highlights in preseason of Burrow getting sacked where the offensive lineman like Burrow's scrambling, the offensive linemen are done with the play. And it's like,
Standing there.
I don't think you understand what's going on, you guys. And so that's like, yeah, if you have offensive linemen that are like low IQ guys, as opposed to big and intelligent, it's going to make the whole difference. You can't just put a big guy in at tackle. Again, missing assignments, people coming through gaps they're not supposed to come through. Like that's where all that stuff goes wrong. And again, the defensive guy doesn't need to know much about that. It's like, which
Correct.
gap am I hitting?
It's just go
Done.
full speed through the A gap or whatever the gap is. Just attack the
Yeah.
quarterback. It's pretty straightforward. Yeah. I've never really thought about that. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Pretty smart.
JJ Watt just said that on McAfee last week, talking about they asked him how much you're going to use the Packers were going to use Parsons if he was healthy. He said he needs to play every snap. He said it's easy. He said you don't do anything. Your job is to go get the quarterback, set the edge. That's it.
It's no thinking, just go.
Yeah.
Legit.
Yeah. I don't know what you would call it, Pee Wee. I played defensive line one game and I was switching from D end to nose tackle and just jumping gaps faster than the lineman could react. I had like 3 sacks, couple tackles for loss, and I'm like 85 pounds at 12 years old, right? But it was just like There was nothing to it. You just had to be faster than the other guy.
Gotta be quick.
Yeah. I did have this tweet. I know people have talked about Derrick Henry's high school stats before. And I saw some line that was like, even with his career, he still hasn't rushed for as many yards as he rushed in his 4-year high school career.
All that.
But I have his 4-year high school stats here, and I just wanted to read them off because they're hilarious. Oops. So 2009, 2012, okay, he played 11 games, 12 games, 12 games, 13 games. He ran for 2,400 yards, 2,800 yards, 2,600 yards, 4,200 yards. His touchdowns per year, 26, 38, 34, 55. Okay, so that's his senior year. He ran for 4,200 yards with 55 touchdowns, averaging 327 per game.
Wow.
So yeah, that's a
He went to
career.
Alabama and dominated.
Yeah, are you kidding me? That's got to be the greatest 4-year career ever.
I had him split time with Dion Lewis in Tennessee.
153 touchdowns, averaged 9 yards a carry, ran for 12,000 yards.
He did suck after a while. Tennessee didn't. He was a dust ball. No one wanted him. Then he went to the Ravens and like his career revitalized.
Sucked for Tennessee because they fucking sucked.
Yeah,
I know, but like no one wanted him. What was his like going rate on the free agency?
but that's like one of those things, though. It's like what, yeah. If he had come to Cincinnati or something, he probably would have still struggled. And like, how much is that him versus how he's being used or what team he's on?
2
He
years.
lives in Texas,
That's
said he
fucking
wanted to
cheap.
play for Dallas, but he didn't get a call from him.
Imagine that.
He'd crush Dallas. They got good. They got good O line.
Yeah, that's true. And that would have been that could have been like the difference maker for the Cowboys last couple seasons, or even
Playing
this
for
season.
Dak doesn't help though because CeeDee Lamb can't catch the ball, so it's kind of irrelevant.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. Some of the memes were pretty good, just like armless people running around. And the two big drops that he had late, they were tough catches, but they're catches. It's like,
First move
yeah.
in the face or the
Well,
short,
yeah,
like the
in the
numbers.
first
I mean,
half,
that
yeah,
one's
on a
pretty
first down ball, hit
routine
him right in the face mask. But then, yeah,
for a top
late
five
he had
receiver.
like a diving effort and then another one that wasn't quite diving, but it was through some tighter coverage. But again, it's like right in the hands. He's just like, if you're not coming up with that catch, then like you're not the guy in that spot. And that's the thing with him is that some games he'll just make every one of those catches. So it's, yeah, brutal. But that was a good game. Crazy that they scored what, 41 in the first half, 3 in the second half.
Yeah, that game was like shootout potential to the rain delay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and again, I'm not sure how much of that was actually like weather induced.
I think give the
Or
coaches time to like check the film and like make adjustments, and then they
yeah,
pretty much
there's a
shut
lot of
down what
time.
they're doing. It's like an hour and a half delay.
But even that game, that was another one where Eagles had the ball. Cowboys need to get it back. If Eagles get a first down, game's over. There's like a 3rd and 5, under 2 minutes. They run empty set. Hurts in the shotgun. What's he gonna do? It's a fucking rush. He's gonna run the ball.
Speed draw, baby.
And it's like, what defense do you call? And I think the all the corners are in man, which is just like that's a mistake. You get a 4-man rush from the D line. It's like you could have just spied the two defensive ends and then had a linebacker spying Hurts. You need, and then yeah, if you set up kind of a low zone there with the D backs, then you actually have pursuit of Hurts within 5 yards. Instead of it being can Hurts juke the one guy that sees him, the answer is always yes. It's always yes for Hurts and Lamar and Allen. And so it's like, yeah, this is like, what are you doing? Have you never seen this before?
Too easy.
It really is. I just don't understand why the stuff that's like your obvious go-to play for an offense, why it would work. As a defense, you have to know what a team with that guy in the backfield. And again, it's like, all right, if they throw a fucking 8-yard out to Brown and he catches it and beats you, okay. But like, don't let them do the blatantly obvious thing. That's like, even looking at the lineup pre-snap, I'm like, here it goes. This is it. This is a
Clear
scramble.
what they were doing. It was like a
Yeah.
guarantee he was running that ball.
Yeah. All right. What else we got here? Yeah. Any other thoughts on NFL stuff?
Nope.
Let me just pull up these stats real quick. Chargers beating Chiefs. That was good.
That's great. Great for the
Love to
Bengals.
see it. Yeah. What else we got?
Great weekend for the
Dolphins.
Bengals.
That's right.
Would have been really great if the Jets didn't blow it, but they did.
Yeah. That was one of that had the lowest over under and it went for 66.
Yeah, his over was like 37.
Yeah.
Like
38 something. Dolphins suck.
Dolphins they're dead. Season's over. Pack it up. Get the number 1 pick.
It's over for them.
I saw a meme. It's like worst quarterback possible, and it's like listed the traits out. It's like Tua's arm, Tua's legs, Tua's brain. It's like, God damn, dude.
That's funny.
They got to ship Tyreek out of there. He's bringing the vibes down pretty bad.
That's what I mean. Brett made this call on the last discussion is Tyreek's going to be so good when he lands in KC later this year. And then immediately after that game, everybody on Twitter's talking about it. And it's like, path is there.
That'd be interesting because Worthy's out. Maybe they trade for him.
Yeah.
Florio said, look out for the Chiefs and look out for the Steelers to get Tyreek.
Ooh, Steelers would be bad news bears for the Bengals.
Yeah. They're already going to be bad news for the Bengals, I think.
The
Just like a
Steelers, you
semi.
think?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know about that. I'm not convinced Steelers are that good.
Yeah, I also don't know how, yeah, the Jets scored 32. Did Fields look good? I saw some good throws,
He looked
you
pretty
know.
good. He threw the ball pretty well, scrambled a lot. He looked better than he has in the past. But he played decent for the Steelers last year. He was like, what, 4-2 for them?
Sure. But that's
He
what I
just
mean,
got,
though, is
got a
like
bad start to
Steve.
the career playing for the Bears, one of the worst organizations in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
NFL. They've
it's
just
a
been
death
ass for
wish.
so long.
But yeah, one, it doesn't matter how good the Steelers are. Like they're going to be a 500 team or better. They do have Aaron Rodgers, and he's old, but like he played well.
Yeah, he played well.
Uh,
Look good.
But like,
so
is he going to
yeah,
be good like in 10 weeks? And his body like, breaks down, taking all the hits? I would bet against that.
well, is he taking more hits than fucking Burrow?
But Burrow's like, hey, 10 years younger than him. Like, I know from experience, once you get a little older, the fucking body starts shutting down, fellas.
That's the thing, though. He's 10 years younger, but he's already taken more hits than Rodgers ever took. His football age
Still,
is high.
you never did send us that the blood test for the
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I'll send that.
fucking guy.
I'll send that so you guys get your biological age
Yeah, I want to see how bad mine is. Doctor was convinced it's high.
on the bone spur checkup.
Yeah. I have a random bone in the ankle just floating there. I'm trying to get a copy of the x-rays, but I haven't got them yet. It's just randomly in my foot.
He's
I'm
got
not convinced it's gonna do anything. That's not
What's it
good.
supposed to be connected to?
Part of my foot or the ankle, something. I don't know. Just floating around on my fucking skin would be a good start.
So what are they gonna do?
I can just live with it, or they can fucking cut it out of there.
Not
But
gonna glue it back to where it needs to be or anything?
gluing back is not an option. They can saw it. He said they can saw it the fuck off the ankle, the bone, or I can just keep it moving.
Got
Neither
the
do
ankle
one.
of a 55-year-old man.
Probably worse, but yeah. About college football, how about the Gators going down?
The Gators, yeah, who'd they beat week one? The
They beat
USF?
week one. They beat week one. They beat Long Island University, the Sharks. Go Sharks, baby.
No, no, USF. USF had two
Oh,
ranked
USF
wins.
beat Boise week one.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Overrated Boise, but then they came in and to the swamp and took care of business.
That's right. Now they've got Miami next week. So
That's on the CW network, in case you want to tune in.
all right.
Maybe
Let's
the
see if I've
biggest
got
game ever
that.
on the CW network. Might get the most views in history. That
Oh, it's
and Live battling.
That's right. Live. Jesus. That was, yeah, people talking about USF in the battle for best team in Florida next week, which, what a story.
Wild, dude.
FSU looks good too, though. They're putting up big numbers.
Yeah,
But shitty team, so it's like, I don't know how much you can even evaluate
they beat the
how
shit
good
out
someone
of.
is.
I would say they beat Bama pretty handily. So
Yeah, yeah, that's
maybe
true.
they're halfway decent.
Yeah. But yeah, I saw people talking about like maybe FSU is just amazing and they beat whoever the fuck by 70. And it's like, yeah, I just don't know how you evaluate those games.
Yeah, those games are just like scrimmages. You just toss those out, but we'll see.
Yeah, what else was there? Anything else college-wise? Michigan lost to
Michigan lost to
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Bryce Underwood, Mr. $12 million man. That might be a bad investment.
Yeah.
Started the game like 4 for 5 and finished like 3 for 18. I think that's what I saw. Something like
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah, I'd have to like look up his stats, but they were bad.
I saw, yeah, somebody talking about him grabbing the running back and trying to, I don't know, talk him into something, some negotiation on the sideline. And the haters are like, this is a bad investment. Look at this guy. He's got an attitude. And the counters were like, this is what quarterbacks do, is they get their players in line. But yeah, it's also,
Yeah, I don't have
he
any
was
problem with him
the,
yelling at the guy on the sideline. That's his job to be the leader, like get the team like
right,
fucking,
right, right. And
done.
he wasn't the one throwing a conniption fit. I think the running back
Correct.
was upset, and then he's trying to calm him down or either tell him what's wrong about what he's saying or whatever it is. Of course, you're not on the sideline, so you really have no idea. But like,
You
yeah,
don't know
that
what
is the
you have no
quarterback's
idea what he's
role.
saying. Yeah.
But like the counter comments were just like, this is what leadership looks like. And you'd call it leadership if it were your team. But if you're a hater on somebody, then you just talk shit about somebody being overrated or whatever.
100%. Yep.
But also it's again, it's funny because I'll see Michigan fans be like, oh, I like Brown, the coach. And it's like,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
obviously
sure.
such a like a bandwagon thing. You just have to show support for your leader or whatever. But I don't like Brown. I just don't think he's sharp. It's like they had the end of that game, they had the ball on around midfield, 40s, between the 40s at least. And it was like 4th and 3, and they ran a draw with 38 seconds left.
No confidence in your $12 million man there, that's for sure.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if he doesn't have arms. You don't run a draw. This is the same thing the Bengals did in the Super Bowl with the draw on the 50 and the
Oh
clock's
yeah.
running. And it's already, again, you want optionality in a spot like that because you want somebody to be able to make a play. A running call is not optionality. You are making a bet that the
Correct.
defense and the offense are organized in a way that guarantees you yardage, and then you press play to find out if the simulation works out as you modeled it. If you call a pass play, the quarterback can make a play with his legs. He has options about who his different targets are, right? There are opportunities for a wide receiver to break off a route and find a zone. There's something good that can happen there. If you're wrong about the run call, you lose.
Yep.
And even if you're right about the run setup, and for whatever reason, if D tackle gets a surge on the guard, the game's over. And again, they didn't have any timeouts. So I know the clock stops on first downs,
Yep.
but it's just yeah, it's a bad play call. It's again it's just like yeah, you got to do better there. You got to understand like who you're relying on, and you want to let a playmaker make a play or not make a play. If he throws an incomplete pass or gets sacked or whatever, then that's fine. But at least there's enough variance in the setup. But yeah,
Yep.
the rest of the college league sucked, didn't it?
He started 4 for 6 for 51 yards, finished 9 for 24 for 142 yards
Damn, it's
for
not
a
it.
solid 38% completion percentage.
That's not it.
It's not going to cut it on the road versus a ranked team. That's for
But I
sure.
mean, what was their record last year? Like 5-7?
6 and 7, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why they would. Okay, they got some recruits or whatever, but again, their coaches, whoever, in my mind.
Yeah. They don't have like any talent outside either, I don't think. They got some
Right.
decent running backs, but like they have no playmakers on the outside at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't have any reason to believe that they would be a 10-1 team or anything like that.
Oh, no. You're looking like 8 max.
Yeah. I had a couple updates. We talked a little bit about Chapman. So he's up to 50 straight outs without allowing a hit. Struck out
Good.
4 guys yesterday on a, yeah, dropped third strike guy reach. So he got 4 Ks in the ninth, ERA down to .98.
Damn.
And then this made me, or I guess I saw a tweet, but this idea of Cy Young for closers. And I just wonder, I think there's one example where this happened.
Eric Gagne.
Did he win it?
I think so.
Let's say, I think Eckersley won it. Let's see. Yeah, there's a few. Gagne won it in 03, Rolly Fingers in 81. So yeah, there's been a handful actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What were Gagne's 2003 stats? He was 55 for 55. Damn. With a 1.2 ERA,
So wait.
137 strikeouts, whip of .69. That's crazy.
Did you see that stat on like Paul Skeens? Speaking of baseball, I don't know, I follow baseball, but if he had the average MLB run support every time he started, he'd be 29-1 in his career.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, 3 runs a game is all he needs.
Yeah, his
Said he's like
numbers are
500.
insane. Yeah, yeah, I think he has a losing record actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Chapman has a shot at Cy Young. The problem is Scooball is also in the AL, and Scooball's incredible. I think he's got like a 2.21 ERA. Yeah, 2.1 with a .86. He's 13-4.
I don't know. I don't know anything about baseball. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
Also, it's Paul Skeens. Guy's legit.
One other tweet I saw that was funny was it looks likely that Ted Williams will have played more games during World War II while also fighting in the war than Anthony Rendon will have played during his $245 million contract with the Angels.
A bad deal for old Anthony, huh?
He's
So
been a
he's
piece of
played,
shit.
yeah, he's, yeah. And there's been like clips of him being like, I don't even like baseball.
I don't
He's
like
just like, yeah, yeah. One of the things on this slide is not fond of baseball, and that's on Rendon's sign. But yeah, he's played 257 games since 2020
Wow.
with a batting average of 242, 22 home runs.
It's a good investment there.
Incredible, incredible.
It's like full guaranteed or what the hell happened there? I don't understand.
Yeah, it's a good question. I'm not sure how much of it's
I think
guaranteed,
all
but
baseball contracts are fully guaranteed.
What's
there's,
the
yeah,
thing?
there's so much shit like this with like the Reds released, what's his name? Candelario or something this year. They had signed him to, I don't know, 3 year, fucking $50 million deal, and they just cut him this year.
It's full guaranteed. Looks like wow.
It's a good line in Moneyball. The guy that plays David Justice, Brad Pitt, Billy Bean goes up to him and says, "You think you're special or something like that?" And he says, "You're paying me 10 million bucks." Yeah, I think I am. He said, "I'm not paying you 10 million bucks." He's like, "We're paying you half that. The Yankees are paying the other half. That's what they think of you. They're going to pay you $5 million a year to play against them."
Yeah, here's Candelario released halfway through his $45 million contract. And yeah, the comments on these things are always so funny too. We felt this gives us our best chance to win games.
Oh man.
See you, buddy. All right. You guys want to do some hypotheticals here?
Yep.
All right, cool. Power through 2 or 3 of these. So, yeah, I got to formulate this one. What I'm interested in doing here is evaluating the implications of a caddy on a professional golfer. Okay. I guess the question is, what would a PGA Tour golfer's average score change by in strokes without a caddy? Let's do Lauden, have Adam be Lauden on this. Stroke differential between the PGA Tour Pro playing with a caddy and then without a caddy. It's a small range.
Must just a guess. I'm the answer key.
You're the answer key. You're Lauden.
Let me look some up. I got a number in my head.
You're gonna do research? I don't think that's how this is supposed to work.
Oh, it's not.
All right, I won't. I have a number in my head.
I've got a number. We'll probably should use decimals.
Yeah, I'd start like point 0.1 strokes.
Yeah, I think more
Uh,
than 0.1 strokes.
all right. I'll take more than a stroke.
I think more than 1.25 strokes.
I'll take more than 1.5 strokes.
I think more than 2 strokes.
I'll take more than 2.5.
More than 2.75.
Give me more than 3 strokes.
Take less than that. I'll take the under there.
Wow.
I'm thinking 2.5 strokes.
Wow.
Reason being, the guy's got the yardages in their book. However, that doesn't factor in like slope and wind, which the caddy typically will take care of all that, obviously.
Right.
I don't know if you watched Scotty Scheffler play the first or second playoff event. His caddy had like a family emergency, had to leave, and he was doing well, and then the caddy left. And whatever day that was, I was watching. Every shot was like hitting the green and bouncing like into the rough long.
Hmm.
The yardage is like 3 yards off. Now he still shot like a decent score, but
Body's
like
a bad example
30.
for an average PGA guy, though, right? Like, I don't think, what's his name? Ted Scott. Like, I don't even think Scott helps him read putts, you know?
I don't think the average. I don't think caddies help hardly ever on putts with pros.
Is that right?
It's very rarely they call them in for like a read.
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, the question
It's
that I
more like
had,
yardage is like they'll tell them like sometimes they come in for a read, but I think it's strictly one like yardages and two just like course management.
do you think if we were to do the same question for like Augusta, like how does that change the number? So no caddies, everybody's playing Augusta. Is the number much higher?
I don't know. Maybe like half a stroke. I don't think it's like significant.
Interesting.
Like a professional golfer, they're just so good, all of them. When you can just tell them like hit at 155 and they're probably plus or minus a yard on that number on average, or if they want to be, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Again, I think it's like, I'm not sure how many like PGA guys are there? Like how many pros are there? Like 200 or something?
And like, yeah, like give or take, like probably 200, 250 swap out year in, year out. I get
What
there.
is, yeah, I wonder how many of them or like, yeah, what variance there is from player to player in terms of, yeah, they can all hit the ball the number that they want to hit. But how many of them are, I guess, like, it's like, how much better is Spieth if he does what his caddy says than what he wants to do?
Yeah, but that's like an example. Like that's not the caddy's fault. Like the caddy's not hurting him. Spieth is
Right.
hurting himself because he's a fucking head case.
But this is the point, though, right? The caddy would be helping him if he just did what the caddy would do. But like, because Spieth does what he wants, he's like this 30th ranked player instead of like a top 10 guy.
Yeah, and I think if he shaved like 2.5 strokes off of his like PJ average, he would have been like a top 10 or top five guy in the world probably.
So like, yeah, that's the question. How many guys are Spieth like, or how many guys are worse than Spieth, and then also have a similar dynamic where maybe they listen to their caddy and that's why they're on the tour.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a scoring average here for the year. What do you think? What do you think the scoring average is for the number one player? AKA Scotty Scheffler. What do you think his average was this year?
This is total
7.1.
strokes.
Average per round, average score per round.
Yeah, I would say like 70 point something.
68.03.
Holy
Damn.
shit.
I thought he had high 60s last year, but I didn't know he
But like
did
the
it
difference
again.
between him at one and Corey Connors at 59 is Corey Connors is a 70 average.
Oh, wow.
And Jordan Spieth is 70.07. So like if you take two shots off Scotty or off Jordan Spieth, like all of a sudden he has the second best average on tour. It's like 2.5 shots is like a fucking ton apparently. Like that's the margin of error. It's like it's so big. Like when Jordan Spieth makes these decisions, it's like, hey Michael, this one's on me. It's like you fucked up. Those two shots are pretty fucking important.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm a big Spieth fan, but damn,
You got to clean it up.
really does. Really does.
All right,
Who do
I've
you
got
think,
another one.
randomly, this is like not, who do you think has the second best scoring average on PGA Tour last year? There's no way in hell any of you get this. I bet you don't. I bet Dustin, I bet you never even heard of this guy.
I'm kind of
Really?
guessing.
Harry Hall,
Wow.
Go, Harry.
68.84.
That baby.
Wow.
He only
It's a
put
full
par
stroke
74.
back.
Like a quarter shot better than Rory on the season. Who's third?
Wow.
Harry
He
Hall
only
played
played par
94
70s.
rounds. That's insane.
That's a lot of golf.
That guy's getting his fucking money's worth of winning that tournament a couple years ago. He's playing every fucking tournament.
Good for him. 94 rounds. What is that? That's,
It's a
I
lot.
guess, depends on cuts and stuff, but yeah, maybe like 30 tournaments.
Yeah. Rory played 58, for example.
Yeah,
That seems
mailing
low.
it in. Mail it in, Rory. All right, I got another one here.
Yeah, one more. I
Uh,
got 7 minutes.
all right, yeah, let's do so similar to one we've done, but the context shift. So the question is, if you got to be a full-time starter for an MLB team, full season, regular playing time, treated like a starter, what would your batting average be
Right
compared
now?
to,
I get a year to practice at least.
yeah, you get, let's just say you get like spring training, you get the whole run up into
They
the
call me
season.
today, and I gotta play starting in March.
Yeah, that works. Next year's your big year. Let's do Dusty's Laden and Adam is the batter that we're going to predict. So what does Dusty think Adam would hit in the bigs playing left field for the Reds full time in 2026?
Oh boy. I'll start with under 150.
On unders? Starting unders?
You got
Scott.
your number, Dust?
Yeah. Starts with a dot.
Yeah, it's gonna start with a zero.
All right, Adam, you got under 150?
Yep.
I'll take under 145.
Take under 125.
I'll take under 120.
Take under 110.
I'm going to take that. I'm going to take it.
I got you hitting 122.
Hell yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Hell
A lot
yeah.
of respect here. You love to see that. My number was 0.05.
You're
Dude,
gonna
Oh,
you're gonna
man.
bounce a couple through there.
you think I'm
Yeah.
touching Paul Skeens? Not even
Yeah, well,
happening.
you only face him every like 15th day.
I'm getting
Yeah.
zero for him. That's for sure. Okay.
Nobody hits
Get
him.
out there and
That's
you
fine.
face fucking I don't even know any pitchers anymore, but some guys throwing 93 down the fucking dick.
I faced 92 in high school. That was a blur.
Yeah. But again, you're just getting reps. The same idea as Augusta. Like you're getting reps
Yeah, I
against the best
mean,
guys.
you might not have a hit the first month or two, but
I think, yeah, you probably
come
like
back.
set the strikeout record. That's probably fine.
Yep.
But
Swinging at every pitch.
yeah, I think you get up there aggressive on first pitches. Yeah, you can get a hit 1 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm thinking like 1 out of 20 seems a little more realistic, but yeah.
Well, you're not exactly an optimist. So
I mean,
No, you're not.
I'm just a realist.
yeah, that's what pessimists call pessimism. All right. All right, maybe we just wrap there. Any last thoughts?
What do you think you would bet? Like realistically, you go play for the Reds this year. What are you hitting?
Yeah, I guess if you'd asked me this when I was like 24,
Yeah, it's way
I
different. 37, dude.
yeah, at 24 I would have said like I think I could hit 180 to 200. And that was probably again like I'm more optimistic about what my ceiling is, just getting the right reps in the right environment. But yeah, today it's a good question. I haven't swung a bat in 13 years, so that's the first problem.
Not a good start.
But again, I don't feel like my body doesn't like work. It's like my golf game gets better. I hit the ball further. I swing harder.
I think the players are just so much better than they were when we were in high school. Like insane.
Well, I think, yeah, pitching is also just like nobody hits. McLean is hitting 229 and he's hitting like 400 in the last month. So it's just like guys that are actually in the bigs. Or, yeah, so that's why I think my number would have to come down by a lot. Just even if I were 24 today and felt like I had some relationship with baseball like then, my number couldn't be as high today because the pitching's just so much better. So many more guys throwing 100 miles an hour.
They all do.
Yeah. But again, I just like I do wonder about things like that where it's just we see a guy in high school is throwing 93 twice a season, and it's just like you're just not getting reps, and so it's so brutal when you do that. If every guy's throwing 93, you're seeing tons of guys at 100. I'm just not sure how much you can actually ramp up within that context of getting in those reps. And so I would say I'm probably bullish on how much better you could get within that context than compared to like whether you could even see the ball in your first at bat versus a 102 fastball.
Yeah, in a couple months you'd probably adapt, but
You
still,
foul tip a few of those off, I think.
even the pros are
Okay.
batting like yeah, like you said, low 200s, and they've been doing it their whole life, and they're obviously grinding currently to get better.
Yeah.
I'm coming off the bench cold for having swung a bat in 15 years.
Yeah.
Don't
No, yeah. It would be cool to run that sim. Need that video game set up.
That'd be fun. But that'll wrap it for me.
All right, guys. Till next time. All right.
Sounds good.
See you
See ya.
guys.
All right. See you, Bells.